Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. This song has been described as the embodiment of Diamond Dave. And I just feel like I can't say that I really know Van Halen unless I've listened to the song. Sorry, Hagar fans. Let's get to it. Planes? A couple of thoughts. We're gonna go back to the beginning. First thought, what did the plane have to do with it? I was like, wait, was that the sort of song? When you hear this on the radio, do you hear the plane sound or does it just go into the music? Let me know. Second thought, oh my gosh, there are a lot of amazing stage antics here. I was really impressed at one point by like the super high kick, and I guess Diamond Dave also was an accomplished martial artist. I was like, wow, that was a really high kick, man. And there was flying. That looked fun. Maybe that's what had to do with the plane. And I really loved, there was this like cool guitar bit that did a sudden switch up to high. I think it was using the harmonics of the guitar at one point that Eddie Van Halen brought in. This is really fun. We're gonna go back to the beginning. Plane. Whee! It's like he's Peter Pan or Tinkerbell. With zebra pants? That kick. I mean, that looks fun, but like, he does have something extra. Sorry. I know this looks terrible, but if I were going to do that, I'd have to be in yoga pants or the crotch would split. It looks like there's some sort of extra coverage there in case that happens. Like, this makes me wonder, has he often split pants on stage? How stretchy are those? I didn't think that stretch jeans were a thing back then, but maybe they were. Wow, that's an incredible kick. What an amazing audience. Yeah. That's so cool. That's so cool. How is that achieved? The more I hear awesome music on this channel, the more I'm persuaded I need to just go take some guitar lessons, because that is such a cool sound. So much nasality. I just have to say, one of these first lines, if I didn't know that this was about a car, I'd be raising eyebrows, and I'm still raising eyebrows. What is it? Jump back, what's that sound? Here she comes, full blast and top down. I think we're talking about a car. Just to be clear, Panama is referring, I believe, to Diamond Dave's car. That is this like vehicle of freedom. But I don't know. Something about the way those lyrics were delivered makes you wonder.
What's that sound? Here she comes, full blast and top down.
He even raises his eyebrows.
Down the avenue, model citizen, zero display. Don't you know she's coming home to me? You lose her in that turn. I'll get her.
So I wonder if what was happening here was one person went flying, then the other people said, hey, that looks fun. I want to fly too. And then you just have to figure out how to make sure that their instrument is still piping sound to the amps while they're flying. How do you do that? Is he hooked up? I don't see wires. It is a little bit blurry. What? I don't understand the logistics of this, but it looks cool.
Model citizen, zero display. Don't you know she's coming home to me? You lose her in that turn. I'll get her.
The smile is what makes it. Wow.
Ain't nothing like a shiny machine. Got the feel for the wheel, keep the moving parts clean. Hot shoe, pointing down the avenue. On an on-ramp coming through my bathroom. Don't you know she's coming home to me?
Before we get into what feels like a build into the next chorus, I want to talk a little bit about Diamond Dave's vocal technique, right? This is a voice analysis channel. We like to talk about voice science. And he's not our poster child for a clean classical sound. It might surprise you. Hopefully it doesn't. But definitely is not following our classical training method. That doesn't mean that this is bad in any way. I just want to make sure you all know that. I think there has been a lot of stigmatism against various rock and metal sounds that have an edginess to them, or even they're just pure screams and distortion. And we're learning now with research, which is really funded by a lot of the charismatic voice community. Thank you again to everybody that's helped us out with our Kickstarter to help fund this research. We're looking at the upper part of the larynx and starting to find out that there are ways that anatomy that are above the true vocal folds, so supraglottic structures is one fancy name for them. Let's just call it like upper laryngeal fleshy bits. Sometimes these things come together. They can create things like edge on the sound, grit, distortion, straight up growls and screams. There's a lot of different pieces of anatomy that can be used to contribute to that sound. And that upper laryngeal anatomy can help create an edgy sound like what we're hearing here, and actually help to, we think, from just some initial really early research, okay, it seems like that might actually be able to help preserve some sounds in the true vocal folds. So far from it being something super detrimental, it could be beneficial. We have seen signs of that when done the right way. That's sort of the big point here. If you weightlift, it can be beneficial if you do it the right way, or you might pull something, right? This super edgy style that he has, I don't know how long his career has gone on. I really know very little about the whole scope of singing for him, which would probably give us a little bit more information about maybe how he was creating these sounds. I just want to make sure that everybody out there knows that this isn't necessarily destroying his voice, even though it's super pressed, super edgy, very nasal. I actually think it's such a cool style. It's so confident. It's amazing for the overall sound of the band. You really get why this is an iconic sound. And I'm going to go back now. We're going to listen to him sing some more, and I want to talk a little bit more about how it might be placed. That's actually a really good spot to talk about. So everyone that's singing in Panama there, which I believe the band is all, I think we have backing vocals going on with other band members too. Everybody is bringing the sound really far forward. And this is one of those big things between contemporary and classical singing. Even though both have elements of bringing the sound forward, classical singing often has a little bit more marination in the back. So basically you have this like resonant chamber here, right? You got your resonant chamber. And sometimes you want the sound just to go like right there up in the very front. And sometimes you want your sound to go woo, 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 and spin a little bit, almost like you were singing in your own personal bathroom. Sorry. Because there's usually tile on the walls. It has like so much echo and reverb. Everybody loves singing in the shower, right? So you get like a little extra reverb back in there and then maybe it tumbles out. That's more of the like trajectory that a lot of classical singers think about. There's still elements of that in contemporary singing too. But for what we're hearing here, it's very forward. It's like, it's got some teethiness to it. And just in the word Panama, the is right? If you even look at the mouth shape that's being used, the tongue is really helping to angle the sound forward. We're probably having a little bit less backspace in there, a little less pharyngeal space. And we also, even in the so is called a schwa vowel. We just spell it UH, but it's essentially a neutral vowel. That's a really easy vowel to drop back in resonance, and they keep it really far forward and bright, even though it's neutral. Let's go back a little bit. Whee! That's actually a really good example of everybody's lips. Hey, there we go. Okay, so check out the variety of lips that could be used for Some lips are going to be a lot more rounded. That would be more classical in nature. And when you see somebody with more teeth, a little wider mouth, the lips are pulled back more, that's going to be more contemporary singing. So classical, more rounded, right? Two really big differences. I'm stopping again. I'm sorry. But it's like the motorcycle hair was in then. I think it really was. If I were to do this, I'd be like, oh my gosh, my hair. I'm going to bundle it up. Don't let it fly away. Can we bring back motorcycle hair sometimes? Just like, it doesn't have to be every day. I don't want to do this to my hair every day. But when you've been on a motorcycle or just been riding on a bike in general, like, let's bring this back. Less fuss. Blah. I'm so fascinated by the little squeaks that he does in his voice too. It's almost like a little Michael Jackson moment. He's actually squeaking up into falsetto really quickly. That's so funny. When I do it, I end up going into a whistle register. Whoops, one more time. He might be doing that. Oh my. Ooh.
can barely see the road from the heat coming on.
Okay, we got to go back some because I feel like we're bringing our vocals in and we haven't had a chance to really talk about how cool this guitar section was. This whole song feels wild and fun, first of all, which is something that I'm beginning to associate, at least with Diamond Dave era of Van Halen. I haven't gotten into Hagar age as much, but that was actually, I would think about it right now, that was pretty inspiring. It feels particularly wild, very theatrical, very, very theatrical. And the guitar actually gives a lot of that wild sense. It's in the vocal technique, but I think a lot of it's coming from our guitar here. There's a certain recklessness that feels like it's almost out of control, but then you realize that it's actually just extraordinary control that's creating this feeling. I love the different, there's a fun pitch blend in there, and then, or fun pitch bend in there. And then there's a section that sounds to me like a cat meowing a little bit. I blame Sandra for hearing meows all the time. If you guys know her, you probably know her if you've been around the community chats much. She's just a super awesome friend and a wonderful person that loves cats. So I definitely hear meows in music more these days. But tell me if I'm wrong. Do you hear a meow too? Meow. Like if cats were an instrument, I think they'd be electric guitars. I really love the variety of tones that we're getting from Van Halen on this, because it's like, it almost feels like the guitar can talk. Right? It's got some sort of conversational element. It's so intriguing, and almost, it sounds like somebody that could ramble on but have lots of different animations in a story. It's just really fantastic. And then it's so mellow there. That's an impressive walkover, man.
Yeah, we're running a little bit hot tonight. I can barely see the road from the heat coming on.
I'm into the sword.
Reach down.
Oh my gosh. Is he using a hairdryer to create that sound? I just saw a hairdryer come on when I heard that sound.
Heat coming on.
No.
Reach down.
That would be such a good idea in a live performance. I don't know if they ever did that, but I hope they did.
Reach down between my legs.
Oh my.
Ease the seat back. She's running, I'm buying.
Yeah, this is about a car. That's all it's about. I'm sure, nothing else. How do you drink in that position?
Between my legs. Ease the seat back. She's running, I'm buying.
Wow. I actually don't think he's actually drinking very much. Great hit of the harmonies there. Wonderful idea to drop the instruments out for that, because it's such a strong vocal moment. It actually carries even more energy into the chorus by dropping the instruments out. Wow, I like that decision. They seem like they'd be so wildly fun to see perform live. Oh my gosh, it's almost over. I hope that what happened really was that every band member said, I want to try flying too. And then one of them said, well, can you fly me by my feet? That's too cool. That's too cool. I hope they never got hurt. Such a fun song. Oh, he's having too much fun. Whoa. Oh, that's a bold ending. That's the kind of ending that leaves you wanting more. I love seeing Diamond Dave in his element in this video. It really does feel like I've got such a better impression of Diamond Dave and the whole band overall. Wild, super fun, sometimes irreverent, very suggestive. We could have known that from Hot for Teacher, though. This was an awesome way to get to know Van Halen better. And if you'd like to see some more analyses of similar music, check out this playlist over here. May you fall more in love with music every day.